Yeah, you too.
So it was hands and double teams were the big focal points at the start of training camp. Just what's the progress there, and have there been any individuals who kind of impressed you in those areas?
Yeah, there's been good progress there. I think a guy that's gotten better in that area is Jarrett Kingston. Using his hands better. Still not there yet, but certainly all across the board we've made some progress. We're just, we're that's why you keep practicing. If you were a finished product at this point in the season, but all good lines and good teams get better between weeks 1 and 3, between weeks 3 and they make progression over the season. And so we have progressed, but obviously we have some work to do still.
And how's Jonah look at left tackle?
He looks really good, very consistent, just like he was at right tackle. Just a really consistent guy, just kind of day in, day out. Every rep, he's always on top of his job. Rarely does he lose fast, very rarely. So that's what's a mark of a good lineman, is that as an O-line coach, when you rarely look over and watch a guy because you're confident he's going to get his job done, that's when you feel pretty good about it. But Jonah's he's a really good player, but he's working every day, working hard to get better at different things, but been really consistent so far.
Where was the biggest step for him that needed to happen between last year and this year?
Well, I think for Jonah, he would tell you being able to set down his pass rush, his punch and anchors hips, those things. He's gotten so much better at that. He's gotten so much better at hand combat, replacing hands and getting leverage after the initial contact. And so those are some of the things he was working on, and he's done a real nice job of both those.
What are some of the aspects of your group that you're just going to have game film to be able to evaluate? Something that comes to mind?
Well, the only thing that comes to mind to me is that, and we've been trying to go longer drives, but it's still when you're on the 4th or 5th long drive of the game, and and you get tired and you're exhausted, will you pull it out of yourself and bring it, on play number 70 the same way you were bringing on play 2, 3, and 4. So that to me is a little bit of an unknown. You stretch yourselves to those places in practice. You try to put yourself there. But nothing simulates that like a game, and so anyway, we'll see where we're at. I think we've made progress there. I'm still curious to see where we're at in a game on that.
Is chemistry something you can only build in game, or do you feel like you can build it in practice, training camp?
Nah, you can build it in practice for sure. Yeah, I mean, if you're not building chemistry in practice, it's too late by the time you get to the game. So we're communicating better, working together better. We're still a work in progress.
How hard is Mason Murphy pushing Michael Tarquin?
He's pushing hard. Those two guys are probably the two most improved players up front from spring to now. And, it's been a heck of a battle. So, we evaluate every day. Every day I walk out here, I'm like, okay, who's our best players? And we evaluate it off the film every day as a coaching staff. So, we're still in evaluation now. We'll see where it leads.
What is that right tackle spot still going to be up in the air?
Yes.
What does Emmanuel's growth and progression look like since he's gotten there?
Obviously he's grown a lot with understanding and learning the offense. I would say that he's still a guy that's growing as far as his ability to get tired and play through that. And we just got to continue to push him in that direction every day. He has a lot of upside, a lot of potential. But, if you're not playing full speed, that's just potential.
Gino's runs from center. What's gone into the decision to kind of have him practice there, dude?
Well, just the ability for Gino, if something did happen, that he is the next center in the game, and it's just getting him reps. Center takes so many reps to get ready, and so it's been a challenge for Gino to be at center and still compete at guard too. But just getting all those reps is a huge thing for him, because it's just all the little things of snapping the ball, obviously the snap being accurate and making all the calls and all the mental side of the game at center. So it's just been really trying to get him to the point that if something did happen injury-wise, we could put him in a game and still function at a very high level.
You guys have a really deep receiver room, just in general. How are you seeing kind of really factor into that right now? Just with how he's been able to learn the position a little bit. How's it going?
Oh, you'd have to ask the wide receiver and the head coach that. Yeah. I just coach the O-line.
How do you
Miller has said that last year teams threw more than the usual amount of kind of unscripted looks at you guys. How much do you practice that in training camp, and how's that going?
Well, I think it's always smart that things that gave you trouble the year before, people are going to see those things on film. Until you fix those things, you're probably going to see them again, or someone's going to obviously, say, hey, this gave him trouble, bring it back, and let's see if it does again. So, we are always kind of chasing those things that we thought on film from a scheme standpoint gave us trouble, and fixing those things before they happen again.
How do you feel about kind of that top 8 or 10 or whatever the number is that you want to be kind of set with going into the year?
Yeah, I mean, it's evolving to some extent, but I think overall both of those groups have really improved. When you're looking at that 8 to 10 guys, there's still, again, there's still some fluctuation in it, and we're still evaluating every day, and we're still watching and trying to figure out exactly when, where, and how we're going to play guys, and that doesn't mean that there's just going to be 5 that play. There might be more. I don't know. And I don't know. There might be 5. I don't know the answer yet. I mean, we're still going to evaluate that all the way through practice up till game time next week.
Let's do one more.
How have the freshmen progressed? You have a big group of freshmen. How's Tobias progressed throughout this camp?
Tobias has gotten a lot better. But he's young. He's a freshman. It's always hard. The closer you are to the football, into the line of scrimmage, the harder it is to play because you're making contact with older people that are, they're better at their technique than you are those things. But Tobias overall has improved a ton. He's just continuing to develop, but we're really excited about his future. The thing about Tobias is he works really hard and he has great intensity on every play. And so if he'll just continue that, the technique and all those things, it'll all come.
Thank you, Coach.